Into cybersecurity, there's a ton of content out there, and if you don't know where to start, it can be overwhelming, even paralyzing. So let's fix that. Welcome to Simply Cyber, a community of tens of thousands of aspiring and active cybersecurity professionals focused on networking, knowledge sharing, and professional development. I'm Dr. Gerald, Auger, Chief Content Creator at Simply Cyber, inviting you to get the answers to your cybersecurity problems with hundreds of cybersecurity videos answering your frequently asked questions, interviewing industry experts, and live streaming daily cyber threat briefings hosted by me. Now get the stories and insights you won't find anywhere else. Hit subscribe now and dig into all the fresh content on the channel and in the community. Nothing should stop you from launching and leveling up your cybersecurity career today. Here we go. All right, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to episode number 501. It is Friday, November 24th, 2023. Welcome to Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Briefing Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Gerald Auger, coming to you from the mobile studio. And over the next 45 minutes, me, you, Jim Lunn, who's back in the chair, Adam V, Senfulous, Marcus Kyler with the Yeets, Just a Bite, Kelly Ferguson, Dream Logic, Kenneth Ruff, Joseph first in chat today, Francis Stockel, Team Live, Jawjacking, Chris Young, my man, Marine Corps Love, Anusha. We're all going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, and I'll be giving my expert opinion and analysis on each of those stories on what it means to you as a practitioner. So if you're looking to break in the industry, we got you covered. Or if you are trying to drive cyber risk reduction for your organization, you are in luck, because we are going to be giving you not just the top stories so you can stay on top of everything, but also context on what those stories mean. So how can you implement it, operationalize it at your business for your business stakeholders in a very delicate way, so you're not telling them, oh, my Carl button didn't work. Oh no. It looks like we might have manual sound effects today. I got some sound effects. I guess we'll figure out as I go which ones, but basically driving cyber risk reduction for Carl. All right, now before we dig into the show, I am in the mobile studio, so we are going to have some hijinks and some unexpected speed bumps, but that's okay. I want to give a shout out and love to stream sponsors, starting with Barricade Cyber Solutions. Barricade Cyber Solutions is dedicated to helping businesses from cyber attacks and recover from the damage done. Cyber attacks can cause massive issues for businesses and send dedicated, hardworking business owners into turmoil. But guess what, y'all? There isn't any level of turkey food coma that's going to slow Barricade Cyber Solutions down, because they know how to mitigate the damage done by cyber incidents. Believe that. Check them out at barricadecyber.com. Links in the description below. Give me a moment as we pause for slugging coffee. So good. All right. Also want to say shout out and love to Panoptcy, another business that's not going to let a turkey food coma, pecan pie, pumpkin pie coming at you slow you down. Panoptcy, if you need help straightening out your information security program, get a vCISO who can come in and straighten you out. Let me get in camera frame here. Get a vCISO who can come in and straighten you out and help you basically set yourself up for success in 2024. Don't go it alone, guys. Not everybody knows everything. And if you need a little bit of help with your program and getting it put on the straight and narrow, Panoptcy.com, Brandon Poole, tell them Jerry sent you. I am on the board of advisors for full disclosure, so just be mindful of that. Also, Antisyphon Training, but more about them at the mid-roll. Guys, I am super, super pumped to be here, but I want all of you to know that because you're here, you are entitled to a half a CPE. So each episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Briefing, just like this one, on November 24th is worth half a CPE. So say what's up in chat, hashtag Team Live if you're live with us, or if you are watching on replay gets it counts too for replay. So take a screen cap, file it in a folder on your desktop there, and when it comes time for CPEs, it's no big deal. You just literally count the number of screenshots you have, multiply it by 0.5, kick a hole in the speaker, pull the plug, and then jet, because you're not worried about CPEs anymore. Plus, might I add that the level of networking is unparalleled inside the Simply Cyber community. All this people in chat right now, I know it's only 153 of you. I'm not surprised, guys. A lot of us are on travel. A lot of us are dealing with Thanksgiving requirements. Maybe some of you are doing Black Friday shopping, even though Black Friday started on Tuesday this year. Holy crap, this coffee's good. All right. All right, guys, we got a great show for you. Just so everybody knows, I do not prep or prepare for any of these stories, so you're literally getting my raw, rough, rugged, and raw, unsolicited thoughts on each of these stories. Also, fun fact, CISO series, if you're a regular member of the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Briefing podcast, the podcast is typically delivered by CISO series. They are not available today, so BSEC and myself actually curated stories from the cyber community, and we've had AI build the audio. This is a whole new idea, and actually something we're beta testing, because honestly, guys, sometimes CISO series, I appreciate them, I like them, but sometimes they choose stories that, aren't the most pressing stories at the moment that we really should be talking about. So if we can take over, like control freaks, and decide what stories we're covering, I'm all about that. So this is a beta test. Let us know in chat what your thoughts are. But I am super pumped, guys. All right. Hopefully everybody had a great Thanksgiving, or a great, little time off. We're getting into the long weekend here, spending time with those we love. But guys, let's do this. Let's settle in. Let me kill this. Let me kill this. All right. Very good. All right, guys. So sit back, relax. Hold on.
Shall we play a game?
All right, so that sound effect works. Hey, Dave Potesta. Hey, Amica. Good to see you. Good to see you, my dancing girl. Good to see you. Love the spicy emotes. All right, guys, sit back, relax, and we're going to try a brand new format of delivering the news. So let's see what happens.
Multistage phishing attacks are here. Phishing attacks have evolved to use sophisticated methods like QR codes, CAPTCHAs, and steganography, making them more deceptive. Cybercriminals use QR codes, quishing, to bypass traditional text-based spam filters, exploit CAPTCHAs to hide credential harvesting forms on fake websites, and employ steganography to hide malicious code in seemingly harmless media like images or documents. These multi-layered techniques significantly increase the difficulty in detecting and preventing phishing attacks. Windows.
All right, so check it out. First of all, this is a BSEC story, very nice BSEC. Multi-stage phishing attacks exploiting all the things you can think of, QR captures, steganography. Now, if you're not familiar, happy birthday, Joel Belton. Can we get Joel Belton a happy birthday in chat? Let's. Wow! Okay, so my wow sound effect isn't working also. Hopefully this one works. Nope. Okay, we are going to have some issues. I can't test all the things coming into it, but everybody, happy birthday, Joel Belton. All right, multi-stage phishing attacks. Guys, phishing has evolved significantly over, I don't know, the last 20 years. The thing is, everybody can get a phish, right? Like threat actors can send an email. Threat actors can text message you. You can't stop a text message from coming in. Yeah, once it comes in, you can report junk or block it or whatever, but you can't stop the initial, attack, if you will. Also, yes, we have corporate email security gateways that can be tuned or come pre-configured in order to help reduce the amount of bullcrap that's coming in. But still, even with the millions of emails that get blocked every day, some get through and they get right into Carl. All right, hold on. I am going to try to get this Carl. So my brother is here in live, not live chat, but he's live with me right now. And he has never heard the Carl sound effect. So I do want him to hear this. I think it would be advantageous for him to really get that. So anyways, here is the TLDR for you guys as I'm doing production stuff at the same time. Threat actors are leveraging all of the capabilities that they possibly can to push phishing. Here's the deal. For every security control that we put into protecting from phishing, threat actors are going to continue to try to circumvent and get around them. Why? Because at the end of the day, phishing is so effective and so successful at what they do that there's no reason for them to pivot like completely into a different direction. And they mentioned in here QR codes. QR codes, the stupid, you can see it on stream right now. It's the stupid graphical, noisy thing. A lot of corporate businesses are starting to use this like in their slide decks and webinars up in the corner to go get more information. People use it to push to Bitcoin wallets because it's easier than showing like the 64 character Bitcoin wallet thing. But the QR codes can get through. And if you say, hey, listen, thanks, James McQuiggan, with the super chat. James? Oh, okay, here we go. What? Did we just become best friends? Yep. All right. Real quick, Rick. My brother's right off camera. He's never seen the show before. We have sound effects for everything, and if the sound effects break, I do them manually. Carl! We have Carl now, everybody. So here's the TLDR. Educate your end users. At the end of the day, educate your end users. I know it sounds like a broken record, but get this, guys. Right now, as we go into holiday season, people are way more prone to click on silly stuff. People are way more prone to look for that straight sick deal, right? Cyber Monday's coming up, and as all of these things, come into people's inboxes, they're gonna fall for them. My Aunt Dorothea literally just fell for a "Hey Dude" shoe ad thing on Facebook the other day. So it's incumbent upon us. I know it's a glorious burden that we have to deal with, but we need to educate our end users that bad people are trying to take advantage of them and rob them. And just because it's 95% off Adidas slip-on sandals, chances are it's a scam. So, approach with caution. Don't just think that like you're the one who found like the sick deal. All right, let's keep going. All right, hold on.
Hello, authentication bypass on laptops. Security researchers from Blackwing Intelligence bypassed Windows Hello fingerprint authentication on Dell Inspiron, Lenovo ThinkPad, and Microsoft Surface Pro X laptops. They exploited vulnerabilities in the embedded fingerprint sensors made by Elin, Synaptics, and Goodix. Despite Microsoft's Secure Device Connection Protocol, SDCP, designed to ensure trusted communication between the fingerprint device and the host, researchers successfully conducted man-in-the-middle attacks using a custom Linux-powered device, enabling unauthorized access. Lazarus hackers breach CyberLink in supply
Hold on. The AI doesn't have, like, how like the normal CISO series stories, like Rich Stroffolino will take like a breath. AI doesn't need to breathe. AI is here to work and just get work done. So she just kind of like crushes into the next story. So again, we're working through this as a new format. Okay, so check this out. This is actually really cool. A lot of cool information to share with you guys in this story. Let me bring up chat so I can see you guys. A lot of cool to share with you. First of all, Blue Hat, the conference right here that this guy is doing the research at. Blue Hat is the Microsoft Security Conference. And it's pretty legit. If I'm not mistaken, Jason Haddix, Jason Haddix of like Ubisoft, CISO, and the the Red Team hacking bug bounty methodology fame, right? Jason, Red Team Village. Jason's amazing. If you don't know Jay Haddix on Twitter, he's an absolute must follow. Love the work Jay Haddix is doing. He's such a what's the word? Like, he represents all that's good about the cyber community, so you should absolutely get with him. But Blue Hat is a really, really cool conference as well. It doesn't get as much pub as like your Black Hats, your DEF CONs, your RSAs and stuff. But this one is really for practitioners, and it's mostly around Microsoft-related security. Now, here's the TLDR on this one. I love this, by the way. For a while, like, when we talk about authenticate, hold on, I'm going to go more full screen on this one, okay? When we, can you guys see? I got, somebody tell Base Case that I've got the Simply Cyber flag. He was very mad that I didn't have that rocking the other day. So when we talk about abandoning passwords, which is something we absolutely should do, and something that Microsoft has been driving towards over the last couple of years very subtly, we can't just like unlock all the things. We do have to have a level of authentication between our resources and, any user, including malicious users. And biometrics is a really, really solid one. Many of you probably use your face unlock for your phone or your thumbprint for whatever. AI audio is really low. Love the curated stories. Okay. Okay. Are you? Okay, so let me know, Ferris. Well, first of all, what? Did we just become best friends? Yep. Thank you so much for the super chat, Ferris. And mods, if you can, let me know if the stories are too low and I can bump the audio on the stories. getting back to the story, biometrics has been a really, really great one. But the problem is that biometrics, just like anything else, can be attacked in different ways. Now, back in the day, this is like going back into the archives, if you will, the fingerprint scanners weren't super high quality, right? People could use a gummy bear and peel off a fingerprint off like a mouse, like not a physical mouse, but like like a mouse, and then use it to unlock a device. People were able to take a picture of my face or your face and hold it up to a screen and be able to unlock screens. Right now, we've come a long way. If you are exploring biometric authentication mechanisms, you absolutely should be looking for FIDO2 compliant devices, FIDO2 compliant devices. Now, what's interesting, getting back to the actual story, these security researchers were able to hack the biometric fingerprint, unlocking the laptop, but they didn't do it at the top layer. No, they actually got really, really creative. And what they did was, you put your fingerprint on, it registers as this is a legitimate print or this is an illegitimate print. So BSEC walks up to my laptop and sticks his thumb on. Now, in a perfect world, okay, so the mods are funny. So BSEC puts his thumb on my laptop and it says access denied. Well, what the researchers have done is they've attacked right beneath that. So when you put your fingerprint on the actual hardware device to read your fingerprint, it sends data to the computer in order to process whether or not the fingerprint is legitimate or illegitimate and then take action based on that. The researchers hacked that part of the attack, aka adversarial in the middle, or if it's pre-2020, man in the middle attack. So I love this. To me, this is the type of research that drives innovation and drives real security forward for organizations. Again, you would need physical access to the device in order to attempt to authenticate and unlock it. So the attack vector is lower because it's not a remote access attack, but it is what it is. All right, let me. All right, so all right, so all sorts of people want me to bump the audio. I appreciate that. Let's go really quickly, okay? And to all those in chat who are already into the Captain's Morgan's eggnog, good morning to you. Wow! All right, I'm going to fix the sound effects as we go too.
Man-in-the-middle attacks using a custom Linux-powered device, enabling unauthorized access. Lazarus hackers breach CyberLink in supply chain attack. Microsoft reported that a North Korean hacking group breached Taiwanese multimedia software company CyberLink, trojanizing one of its installers to distribute malware globally. This supply chain attack, attributed to the group known as Diamond Sleet, aka Zinc, Labyrinth Chalama, Lazarus, involved a trojanized installer hosted on CyberLink's legitimate update infrastructure. The malware was detected on over 100 devices worldwide, including in Japan, Taiwan, Canada, and the U.S. New botnet malware infected slurs exploit.
All right, so, whatever. Again, dude, North Korea's gross domestic product is cyber financial crime. Way to go, North Korea. Of course, I mean, it makes me think, mods, if you want to pull this up, the Matthew McConaughey from Wolf of Wall Street, rookie numbers. Intercontinental ballistic missiles, you're not going to get Black Friday pricing on those, okay? You need to pay premiums for intercontinental ballistic missiles, and those aren't free, right? So North Korea, very, very strong into attacking businesses in order to get money. Now, typically they go straight after crypto cash, but crypto converting it into USD and fiat is awfully difficult. So now, thank you very much, BSEC. So here is the mindset over at North Korea. Those are rookie numbers. You gotta pump those numbers up, North Korea. Okay, this is what Kim Jong-un saying over the cutting on the turkey leg off the turkey, past the stuffing, and also we got to pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. The $600 million Axie Infinity Ronin Bridge attack. We really gotta focus on that. So they go into supply chain. This also shouldn't come as any surprise, guys. Here's the deal. I'm gonna make this all about supply chain and less about North Korea. Right now, guys, in our industry, so many businesses are leveraging third parties and other, businesses in order to achieve their business goals because it's cheaper. Honestly, it's easier. You don't have to hire staff. You don't have to have the capabilities in house. You literally can just say, "Hey, here's a piece of money. Go do this thing," or "Here's a bunch of data. Go do the analysis. Go whatever." All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm totally going to get hacked. There's Kim Jong-un waving across the dinner table saying, you got to pump those numbers. Those are rookie numbers right there. Thank you, mods. So with supply chain attack, guys, all I can say is, for me, this is a bigger, like the QR code, that's like turning a speedboat around in the harbor. Okay, you can do it really quick. You can make up some quick, easy learning and get Carl educated on what to do. Supply chain attacks, whether it's North Korea or it's other cyber criminal enterprises, you really need to, it's like turning a cruise ship around in the ocean. You have to do it slow, methodically. You have to be consistent because here's the deal. Carl in accounting, Todd in research and engineering, Sally, who's the CFO, all they see is here's a service that does something that is a fraction of the cost that it's going to cost me in order to do it. And they don't think, oh, I'm pushing all this data up. What's the risk? Oh, I'm opening up, I'm allowing a VPN connection from this business into our business and giving them access to the entire freaking internal IP range. You see what I'm saying? So, you have to be educating these people on here are the risks. Dude, listen to me. I'm not pushing back on saying like let's not use third parties and everything's got to be in-house. This isn't 1950 where you have to have monolithic businesses. You can leverage the cloud. You can leverage third parties, but you have to be deliberate about what are you giving them permission to? What do they have access to? How often are you reviewing that access? Is the data appropriate? Do you have controls in place from a security operations perspective to detect when anomalous behavior is happening? Most businesses, and this is, I'm calling everyone out here, including myself in my past, most businesses will basically say, oh, we're going to use George Strasburger's business for like performance reviews. And then George Strasburger's business is like, I'm going to need access to your, HR file server. And they're like, sure, no problem. Here's an inbound connection. And here's access to the entire environment. Go ahead and get what you need. And guess what? George Strasburger gets what he needs because he's a good person and he's going to go in and just get those HR files. But that still introduces massive attack surface and risk exposure for zero reason. Here's the problem. Here's my big freaking problem, okay? The problem is people don't complain when they have over permissions because they're able to do their job and it's not an issue. This goes back to like 1995 when you would right click on a Windows folder and change the permissions to everyone. And guess what? The help desk phone stops ringing because nobody has a problem anymore. The problem is you have unnecessarily increased with massive, massive amounts of attack surface and cyber risk, unbeknownst to anyone in the business because one individual has the permissions to, let it fly. And not to crap on network engineers, because I do love network engineers, and BSEC is our resident network engineer. Giving a VPN connection inbound, like business to business through the concentrator, yes, you have access to everything right now, and that's good, but that is a massive risk, okay? Because a lot of people think, dude, corporate networks are like M&Ms. They've got like a nice hard candy shell and then a soft gooey inside, and if you can get on the inside, bro, you're in trouble, all right? So just be mindful of that. Slowly educate your end users about supply chain risk. You should make it almost like your 2024 like campaign, like, ooh, managing cyber supply chain. Chris Young had yes, VPNs do need rules too. 100%. Our resident network engineer chiming in on this. I love it. Chris Young has a question. When we talk about supply chain, is it cyber specific or talking about actual business ops supply chain? Yeah, Chris Young, it's much more, it's really both. It's the traditional operational supply chain. That's what you should be thinking about. But in the context of cybersecurity, Chris, think of cyber as a industry or as a business, not necessarily securing things, but like we get open source code and open source code open source code comes into technologies, and then those technologies get deployed. And now we're responsible as InfoSec pros for managing the risk introduced by applications and software into the environment. Also, with supply chain, if you think of traditional operationals, not just manufacturing hardware and goods, but think of operational goods of data, right? Data is the new gold, Chris. Get comfortable, because I say that pretty much every show. With data being the new gold, data's flying around left and right. It's super easy to copy. It doesn't take up space in a warehouse. So people just go YOLO with data, pushing it everywhere. But that introduces supply chain risk as well. As we see at least once a week, some story of a third party getting hacked, and then the big business being responsible for, wearing the egg on their face. Like Boeing, right? Boeing got hacked recently by Lockbit or Clop ransomware through MoveIt. I can't remember which one. It doesn't matter. The point is, it was a third party who ultimately got compromised, and then they went in. Also, just to go back into the archive, the Target hack of 2014, it was a third-party HVAC business that got hacked, and then they came through and got into the credit card or the registers through POS. All right, let's keep going.
It's 0 days. A Mirai-based malware botnet named Infected Slurs exploits two zero-day remote code execution vulnerabilities to infect routers and NVR devices. Discovered by Akamai, the malware incorporates devices into its DDoS swarm and is presumably rented for profit. The botnet's activity dates back to late 2022, and the vulnerabilities exploited remain unpatched by the affected vendors. Vulnerabilities in Adobe.
All right, so check it out. Hey, there's a picture of our digital overlords, so make sure you send them a Christmas card. Make sure they're on your mailing list. Okay, so Mirai-based malware, infected slurs, LOL, exploiting 2 0 days in basically, they say routers and video recorders, but essentially this is, what do you call those things? Like CCTVs, home security devices, business security devices. Two things to point out here, okay? This is really critical stuff here. Yeah, no, dude, you guys have no idea. I sent a picture to the mods. Let me just show you guys really quickly before we get into this. Where's the picture? Where's the picture? This is what I'm looking like right now, okay? This is me real time, okay? Oh wait, hold on. This is me real time. Okay, this is what we're dealing with here. Do you see what's going on? Here, hold on. This is my brother took this picture. Thank you, Rick. This is me real time. I know you're getting these. There we go. Like full socks, or no socks, obviously. Who the hell wears socks nowadays? But yeah, this is what's going on. Okay, so it's very precarious. Do you see what my mouse is sitting on? Do you see what my mouse is sitting on? A little handle. This is precarious. We are making the show work. F it, I'll do it live. Okay, so check it out. Malware Botnet. This thing is all about Mirai. Mirai has been around since, 2015, I think. There's a really, really good Wired article on the kind of post-mortem of Mirai. But guys, you can download Mirai from GitHub right now, various versions of it. It's super effective still. And the fact that 2 0 days are being exploited in order to build a botnet, which threat actors are using as basically a timeshare service to DOS different businesses, is kind of gross. Two things to point out here. One, it annoys the crap out of me that there's 2 0 days that have been unfixed for some time. I don't know the timeline on this, but they did say it's been a period of time. So shame on the vendors who haven't patched this. When you say 0 day, it doesn't mean like, ooh, like this just dropped today, 0 days. No, 0 day means that there's no patch from the vendor fixing this thing. There's 0 days since the patches happened, right? So 0 days can be old, right? If a Windows XP vuln gets exploited, right? That's a 0, or I guess if a Windows XP vuln gets detected, that would be a 0 day. That exploitation could or could not happen. So this is kind of gross. Did they mention what vendors? Because here's the TLDR. You actually need to take some action if you're running this software in your business. Let me look at this really quickly. It doesn't say, I don't see the actual brand of oh, here we go. It's using Telnet, guys. Don't sleep on Telnet. Port 23 is not deprecated, okay? It's still out there, and that's what Mirai was doing. 12,000 devices that use Vacron. Oh, wait, this is from the screenshot. That doesn't help us at all. So I guess NVR is the actual brand. So if you're running NVR, watch out for that. If you want to set up a lab, you could do it with NVR. This is basically Mirai 101. Mirai just randomly generates an IPv4 address range and tries to infect using known default admin creds. Dude, here's the deal. Tell your business, tell your end users, tell your Aunt Donna across the Thanksgiving table to not use default creds on networking devices. It's so gross. Dude, it's so, like, my brother, he doesn't work in tech. I don't think he fully appreciates this. Rick, it is, I'm talking to you now. It is so disgusting when people roll out network technologies and allow default admins. In fact, shame on businesses for not, you shouldn't allow packets to flow through a network device until it's configured with a non-default password. Like that's the hill I'm going to die on in 2024. So stay tuned for that. All right. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? We got 254 of you beautiful people here today. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. We're going to do the mid-roll now. Let's see how this works. Oh, yeah. Do you hear that? Are you got the audio on? Hold on. We play Simple Minds. Don't you forget about me. Yeah, it's cool. All right, everybody. Hold on. I got the wrong graphic up here. I'm all sweaty right now. All right, guys. Hey, what's up? Want to say shout out and thanks to the stream sponsors, starting with, obviously Barricade and Panoptcy, but holler to Antisyphon Training. Antisyphon Training is flipping the script on traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing not just high quality, cutting edge education on what topics matter today, but also the people who are teaching it are freaking awesome. We're talking about John Strand himself, Bo Bullock, Chris Benson, basically all people who kick major butt in the industry are doing the teaching. And oh, wait a minute. Did I forget to mention the best part? This isn't even a Black Friday deal. This is an everyday deal. Use the link in the description below. Go to Antisyphon Training. Go to Pay What You Can Training. And, oh, I'm sorry. What are these? This is $0 training that you can get from unbelievable practitioners in our industry. Go to the Pay What You Can Training. Go into their calendar of events and get ready to get all, like, pants off, all greased up baby oil style with what John Strand's doing here at the end of January. We've got back-to-back sick training, active defense and cyber deception, 16-hour, 4-day class from John Strand on how to do honey nets, honey pots, just straight up just frustrate the crap out of threat actors. And then coming hot off the heels on that, February 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, another 16-hour class from John Strand, SOC core skills. This man is getting his miles. He's filling his cup of righteousness. Yeah, look at this John Strand. That's right, my brother just coffee cup cheers John Strand. I love it. So get on this, guys. You're gonna love it. Believe me, you're gonna love it. I love what Black Hills is doing. Not to mention, shout out for the 254 people, 263 are here right now who showed up on a Friday after Thanksgiving. Dude, I said this the other day in Jawjacking. I am partnering with Black Hills Information Security to come up with some type of like brand new collab thing. I really like the deck of cards idea. We got shirts, GRC expansion to the backdoors and breaches. We're doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So stay tuned to the channel for just the amazing initiatives that we got going on. I want to say shout out to the Simply Cyber Community Challenge. L. Scott Munoz currently has the baton. Now, the Friday after Thanksgiving is a tough day for people to get in here. So, L. Scott Munoz, if you are in chat right now, let's take a look and see if we can sniff you out. No, you are. Nope, no L. Scott Munoz up in here today. Guys, listen, let me tell you about the challenge, and then we're going to pick somebody. If you want the challenge, please shout out that you want the baton. And Jenny, please grab that if you can. Guys, here's the Simply Cyber Community Challenge. If you are in chat right now, one of the 257 people, and you want to blow up your professional network in a positive way, you want your LinkedIn feed to be meaningful, supportive, inclusive, valuable resources in cybersecurity thought then do the following. If you don't, it's cool. Go get another cup of coffee and come back in a minute. We'll get back into the stories. Here's the deal. The Simply Cyber Community Challenge. Hold on, my camera's not reversed. Go on to LinkedIn, search for this hashtag Simply Cyber Community Challenge. Once you've done that, connect with the people who are posting. Read their post. Connect with the people who are posting. These are real people, real community members. Connect with them. Then comment on their post. That's important. Comment on their post. Then connect with the people in comments. I myself find all sorts of new connections, great people. I'm blowing my network up. Networking is so valuable. And by commenting on their post, you are going to get connected by the next person who comes in who's connecting with the people in the comments. 5 minutes a day, 2 weeks time, I guarantee you it's going to be legit. You're going to love it. Well, okay, come on. El Scott Munoz? What am I? I'm getting chastised over here about my pronunciations, guys. All right, let's go see if we can find someone in chat who wants to get the baton. I'm going to keep rolling. Hold on. Rotten eggs? Jenny, can we grab rotten eggs up in here? Let me take a cup of coffee sip while we sort this out. But I see you, rotten eggs. My brother made this cup of coffee for me. It's delicious, Rick. Thank you. All right. Oh, my God. Okay, hey. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. We got the joke of the week. Rotten Eggs gets the baton. Nice job, Rotten Eggs. Rotten Eggs, you're going to have to share your real name, though, because I'm sure on LinkedIn you're not going by Rotten Eggs. So we'll have to know what your name is so we can find you. Guys, joke of the week coming in hot. This one is from Callan. So normally Grayson delivers the joke of the week. James McQuiggan has been sitting in as a guest person. This one comes in hot from Callan. Okay, Callan woke me up this morning. He got up before me, okay? Let me change the screen here. Callan woke up before me and he said, Dad. I said, what is it, Callan? He said, I had a dream last night that I was in an ocean of orange soda. And I said, oh my gosh, Callan, that's crazy. An ocean of orange soda? He goes, yes. But then I realized it was just a fantasy. Just a fantasy. Ha ha ha! James McQuiggan with the super chat. Let me know what you think about that one. Oh, hold on. James McQuiggan actually sent some jokes to the mobile. So let's grab that too really quickly. Here we go. James McQuiggan James. All right, hey, you know what? It's the Friday after Thanksgiving, so we'll spend a couple of minutes doing these jokes. Why won't vampires attack Taylor Swift? Because of bad blood. No. All right. For the holiday season, let's get some Thanksgiving jokes. Why was the turkey asked to join a band? Because they could bring their own drumsticks, Rick. Jesus. Come on now. They could bring their own drumsticks. Love it, love it, love it. Yep. Now, guys, for those out there who like cranberry sauce, whether it's out of the can or it's out of the, I guess, the bog, right, where cranberries come from, what do you call a sad cranberry, though? What do you call the cranberry that doesn't get put on the plate? A blueberry. Oh, ha! All right, one more, and then we'll save a little bit for jawjacking. What was the best way to stuff a turkey? Serve him lots of pizza and ice cream. Oh, my God. That, James McQuiggan, might take the cake. Also, shoved into the turkey. Final joke of the day. What do you call if you divide the circumference of a pumpkin pie by its diameter? This is a brutal joke. Pumpkin pie. P-I. Pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie. And it looks like 256 people just dropped the stream. Thanks so much, everybody. Let's get back into the news. Love the community. Love all that you guys are doing. Thanks for the jokes. The real Bilbo dropping in here. Binary math is tedious. You have to calculate everything bit by bit. Oh, my God. It's so funny. You guys are crazy, crazy funny. I love it. All right, let's keep going. All right, let's keep going.
Acrobat and Microsoft Excel. Cisco Talos vulnerability research team worked with Adobe and Microsoft to patch multiple vulnerabilities in Acrobat and Excel that could lead to arbitrary code execution.
Oh my God, so
Adobe
good.
patched 2 use after free vulnerabilities in Acrobat, while Microsoft addressed a use after free vulnerability in Excel, CVE 2023-36041, as part of its monthly security update. Both vulnerabilities could allow attackers to execute remote code by tricking users into opening malicious files. Mozilla.
All right, so check it out. Couple things to pull away from here. One, Cisco Talos. I stand by Cisco Talos. I love. By the way, I see all of you guys dropping your Thanksgiving jokes in chat. Love it, love it, love it. Keep pushing them. That's hilarious. So a couple things here. One, Cisco Talos. This is their blog. I'm a huge fan of Cisco Talos. There's a couple research groups in the industry who I fully respect. Cisco Talos is one. Palo Alto Unit 42 is another. Google Tag, the threat actor group. Google Project Zero, I really like. It's just, obviously it's a security research arm and it helps promote brand awareness for Cisco or Google or Palo Alto. But at the end of the day, it's really good security researchers doing really good work. So whenever something comes out in their blogs, I'm a huge fan. I love it. Now, what I want to tell you about this one, vulnerabilities in Acrobat and Excel. Guys, just because Excel doesn't run macros anymore doesn't mean that you should sleep on it. Just because Adobe Acrobat isn't like getting screwed left and right like it did back in the early aughts doesn't mean you should ignore it. Remote code execution is exactly what it sounds like. A threat actor could send you an Excel attachment, and by opening it up, let's say it has a graphic inside the Excel spreadsheet that is actually pulled from a remote server. It could pull that, exploit your machine, and now they have access to your box. Hold on. Oh, I think the audio is way too low. Huh? I didn't turn the audio back up. So sorry, guys. Here's the TLDR. You gotta patch it. I don't have that sound effect. You gotta patch it. So educate your end users basically on like this is really on endpoint management to patch for the enterprise, but also a lot of people use Adobe Acrobat Reader. A lot of people use Microsoft Excel. They're not saying that this thing is being exploited. Just because there's a vulnerability does not mean that it's being exploited. Just because you leave your front door unlocked does not mean that you've been burglarized, okay? So it's really important to understand vulnerability does not mean exploitation. Exploitation means that there's a vulnerability that is now being exploited, but you've got to be mindful of that. The final thing I'll say, and this is getting a little bit into the weeds, but as many of you know, I really do enjoy educating and teaching. So for those, this is a little bit of a deep cut, but I want to point this out. They say use after free vulnerability. Really quickly, what is a use after free vulnerability? This is a common kind of archetype or type of vulnerability in binaries, right? When you're running code, when you're running executables, they need to allocate memory, right? So any computer running any program, whether it's Acrobat or Excel, when you launch Acrobat Reader and you're reading your PDF of like the menu of what you're having for Thanksgiving, or your nephew sends you their Christmas list and you double click it and it's a PDF, Acrobat is running on your computer. It needs to allocate memory in order to be installed, like not to install, but to run, right? So you could right click, look at processes, look at running apps and stuff. That is in memory, okay? Now, we have tons of RAM and that allows us to run multiple programs and crap like that. But here's the deal. When you are running a binary, it needs to allocate all that memory, but when it frees up memory, right? Like let's say you have like 50 PDFs open and then you close 49 of them. All that memory it no longer needs. And because the operating system wants to be using memory allocation and being responsible to allow memory to free up to be used for other applications, it will it'll release it. Now, there is an opportunity where at certain points when it releases the memory, the binary is still pointing at that space in memory. And if you can hijack it, you can then put your own shell code in that memory space and then use the binary to point at it. It's kind of like a buffer overflow-ish, except instead of the traditional taking over the stack, you're leveraging memory that's been deallocated, but hasn't been repurposed by the operating system. Because if it was repurposed and you pointed at it, you'd have like a segmentation fault because there'd be like applications crapping their pants. That is what a use after free vulnerability is in a nutshell. Okay, so it's a little bit of a deeper topic. It's more computer sciencey, but I just wanted to share that in case you guys you see this and you're like, what the hell is a use after free bug? I don't know what that means. That's what it means. Okay, let's keep going.
Mozilla security updates for Firefox and Thunderbird. Mozilla has released security updates for Firefox and Thunderbird to address multiple vulnerabilities. Exploitation of these vulnerabilities by cyber threat actors could lead to them taking control of affected systems.
Okay, I guess that's the end of the story. Okay, so here's the deal. Mozilla releases security updates. This coming from CISA. Since we are obligatorily, by the way, guys, it's not a coincidence. Since BSEC and I curated these stories, it's not a coincidence that one of these is coming from CISA. It is a Friday after Thanksgiving, which means it's a day it ends in Y, which means it's an opportunity to put Jen Easterly's face all up into the emotes. So if you are a squad member, please toss a coin to your Jen Easterly, and thank you, CISA, for all you do. Here's the TLDR, guys. If you're running Firefox, if you're running Thunderbird, which is the email client under the Mozilla Foundation, essentially like an Outlook alternative, you gotta patch it. That's it, right? If you're running it on your iPhones or Android devices, if you're running it on your Windows or your MacBooks, you gotta patch it, okay? This is wicked easy. Just go into settings, update, and off you run. I myself run Chrome, although I will be abandoning Chrome in the near future as they're about to block ad block in uOrigin, which is disgusting, frankly. So I'm not on board that train, so I will be getting off. But I don't run Thunderbird. I've tried it in the past. It's whatever. TLDR, guys. A cyber threat actor could exploit. The key word here is could. They're not actively exploiting it. CISA is just being CISA. CISA is just being CISA and making people aware that Firefox has got some issues. And go ahead and patch it. You gotta patch it. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, so I don't have basically, I got one more story for you guys. I forgot to put it into the Poly AI. We'll talk for a minute, but I guess I'll just roll on this one ham style or YOLO style. Microsoft now rolling out Copilot to Windows 10 devices. If you're running Windows 10, Microsoft is now rolling out the Copilot AI assistant to eligible non-managed systems. So don't think that only Carl is going to be able to do it. You have to be in the Windows Insider program and running Windows 10, 22, H2 Home and Pro editions. You can get this by going into Windows Update and applying it. If you are in the Windows Insider program, you know that you're in the Windows Insider program, that you don't accidentally get into the Windows Insider program. Also, ChatGPT.
Shall we play a game?
I'm sure that this is literally just a... they're rolling it out in a staged process in order to just work the kinks out. I would be absolutely flabbergasted, stunned, if they did not roll this out mainstream by the start of the new year. Knowing what I know about business, Microsoft is probably going to wrap up a huge marketing campaign. You might even see it, honestly, depending on how the rollout goes. I could totally envision a Super Bowl commercial around Microsoft Copilot. Windows runs on like 85% of all computers worldwide. So like Microsoft really doesn't need to do like a Steve Ballmer sweating through his shirt press conference about Windows because basically everybody uses it. They're not really getting a return on their marketing dollars. But with Copilot wanting to push it into the space, it could be that. So I don't know what Copilot's going to do for Carl end users, right? Like, let's see what it says. In the screenshot, it says, where do people travel for culinary experiences? I'm looking for handmade furniture. Create a table that helps me plan meals. So basically, what it looks like is Copilot is basically embedded ChatGPT. Woo! Like instead of having to launch a web browser and type something in, you'll just be able to type it in natively on your thing. Yeah, BSEC is saying this is going to be rolled out Q1 of 24 probably with Copilot. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. This is what I'm predicting, right? Super Bowl is always like early February. It just, to me, Super Bowl is like a perfect time to push this thing out, okay? Again, you got to be Windows 10. You got to be on the Insider program. All right, let's do this really quickly. If you were here just for the news, let me do this. Let me get some audio. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on. All right, if you were here just for the audio, my brother Rick's leaving right now, so he must know that the news stories are done. If you were here just for the news, genuinely appreciate it. Mods, let me know if the background audio is at an appropriate level. Guys, happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, happy Friday, wherever you are. I want to remind everybody, we'll do a little bit of jawjacking, but I want everybody to know that on December 13th, I will be running a quarterly State of Simply Cyber briefing at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And basically, I don't know this. I serve the Simply Cyber community. I take that responsibility very seriously. I'm up here doing all these things, but at the end of the day, I do. And as part of my commitment to transparency and accountability, essentially all hands meetings, where I tell you what I've done, which should map up with what I told you in the last quarterly meeting that I'll be doing. I tell you what I've done, I tell you what you can expect in the next 90 days, the next 180 days, and I answer questions from the community. Again, no one told me to do this. I don't know it. I'm just making this up as I go, but I do the things that I think is right, and I do the things that I think I would want if I was part of a community that I'd want to hear from the leadership at that community. So that's what's up. So if you want, come on out December 13th, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. You can save the date or whatever if you go to the Simply Cyber YouTube channel. Also, just looking at the date, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm like 90% sure I am doing the Black Hills Information Security Anticast 1-hour webinar that day, and I'll be presenting my Game of Thrones keynote talk from Charleston B-Sides. Basically, what Game of Thrones can teach us about cybersecurity. Link, please. All right, guys. Hey, before you go, I got one more thing to share with you. Pretty exciting as soon as Josh Mason drops a link in chat. And then we're going to do a little bit of jawjacking. Look at this. Jack Scott's in the house, people. Jack Scott getting the wow. Here, let's bring this on stage. Oh, thanks so much, Jack Scott. Appreciate it. Hey, Chris Young, good to see you guys. I hope now we're going to slowly pivot into jawjacking as soon as Josh Mason gives me a link I want to share with you guys. But I'm in the mobile studio, obviously. Again, I'll show you guys what the mobile studio looks like. This is me. Jax, if you missed it, this is me right now. Right? This is me in the corner of my aunt's office. Just kicking it. I want everybody to really pay attention to this part right here. Got the coffee. I'm precariously positioned on a bench handle, doing my show here, and obviously no socks. We don't wear socks in the Simply Cyber house. And then yeah, here we are. I took a shower this morning, guys. So smell-o-vision if and when it comes, we're gonna be rocking and rolling. All right. All right, let's jawjack for a minute. Guys, I didn't get a link, but Josh Mason and Simon Lindstedt are going to be live streaming today at 3 o'clock. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know where they're going to be doing it. I don't know anything else other than what I just told you. Oh, here we go. There we go. Josh Mason, entering cyber the wrong way. Okay, here we go. This is a link. If you want to hear from Josh Mason, community member, Simon Lindstedt, Britt, and community member, and about entering cyber the wrong way, come check it out. I'm going to drop a link in chat. And there you go. Come check it out. It's going to be awesome. Hey, Techie Rav, good to see you. All right, guys, I'm going to, if it makes sense, let's hang out. It's 9 o'clock on the dot. It's 9 o'clock on the dot. We're going to jaw jack a little bit. Are people up? Kids up? Okay, kids aren't up, so we're going to keep hanging. Yeah, are you serious? Oh my God. My brother Rick just agreed to make me another cup of coffee. I don't typically get this type of action. You know, once the coffee's done, the coffee's done. But Rick's fueling the car up. The car being me. I'm an Autobot in this scenario. All right, let's talk. Let's talk. How's everybody doing? How was your Thanksgiving, guys? I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. My aunt made dinner. It was sick. I'm actually, without getting into too much detail, I'm going to be cooking a quasi Thanksgiving dinner on Sunday night for my immediate family. Oh my God. Yeah, hey, I'm getting some requests for my brother to move into the B-hole chair. Obviously, I persist in the A-hole chair. Haircut Fish, a.k.a. Dan Reardon, coming in hot. Question, how do you create attainable goals and track them? I feel like goals I've made have gone by the wayside, just trying to be better. Okay, Haircut Fish, good question. For me personally, and guys, you know, please, anything I do, you know, copy it wholesale if you want, or take it and refine it to be your own. What I do is at the beginning of the year, for larger goals, okay, and I could show it to you if you wanted. I don't know how I would do it really right now, but for larger goals, I make a spreadsheet, okay, and I think Haircut Fish. I think like, what are my goal? Like, what are my categories of goals? Okay, like, do I have like for me, I have family goals, right? I have Simply Cyber business goals, right? Like get 100,000 subs by the end of the year, for example, right? I have personal career goals, and basically I try to pick like 2 or 3. And thank you, Rick. I try to pick 2 or 3 and be practical and realistic about them, right? I know people talk about SMART goals, Dan, but for me, I try to make realistic goals that are a bit of a stretch, but also achievable in a way that I can see, okay, how would I go from here to there? Like if I were to say like, oh, like, I don't know, like freaking launch or like turn Simply Cyber into a $25 million business. What are we talking about there? There's no path between here and there. But you know, make Simply Cyber achieve this revenue goal, or like for me, I'll just tell you my goals right now, Dan. But the TLDR is you have to make realistic goals, not overwhelm the goals. And then here's the real trick. The real trick is making sure that you revisit those goals. I revisit the goals almost weekly, because when I launch my Notion, which is how I like track stuff, when I launch Notion, the very first thing that shows up when you open the app are my goals. So I am forced to see them every day. Let me tell you my goals for 2023, and I'll tell you. Okay, so I had so here are the categories. And guys, in chat, if you want me to stop talking about this, let me know. Yeah, let me know if you want me to stop talking about this. BSEC says, when you set goals, make them achievable. Don't say I'm going to be a CISO at the end of the year. Say I'm going to have a job in cyber, or I'm going to get more education. Yes, exactly. So here are my categories of goals. And again, mods, if you can, please let me know if people want to move on from this topic. I'm happy to not talk about this. So growing the Simply Cyber brand was one of my categories. Growing the business itself was another one. Improving the overall content that I deliver, the quality of the content I deliver was another one. And family, you know, doing family stuff was another one, right? So family vacation is on here as a family thing. You know, sponsoring my kids' sports teams, right? These things are in here, you know, going to the events. Now, growing the brand, okay? So my first goal, get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and 50,000 on LinkedIn. I had 50,000 LinkedIn subscribers on September 23rd. On YouTube, I have like 87,000 or something like that. I don't think I'm going to achieve the goal of 100,000. Now, did I do everything I could to grow the YouTube subscriber base? No, I could have done more. But to me, throughout the year, it was a bit of a stretch goal anyways, but throughout the year, I became less focused on achieving that goal. It was more important to have more meaningful connections with the existing subscriber base than to just hit some arbitrary milestone number. Okay, here's a couple more. Speak at a conference. I put preferably Black Hat or DEF CON. I keynoted Charleston B-Sides, and I spoke at Wild West Hackin' Fest. So to me, I achieved that goal. Speak at Con was the goal. I said Black Hat or DEF CON, but I didn't say speak at Black Hat, right? I didn't paint myself into a corner. And then finally, define, share, and document brand values. So many of you know my very first all hands meeting, I went through the values for Simply Cyber and what you can expect and what my values were. That is how I achieved that goal on September 8th, okay? So, yeah. Hopefully that answers your questions, Dan. I know that was like probably much the longest explanation ever, but yeah, you got to put the work in, Marcus Kyler, 100%. Like, having goals is fine, not executing on them. Here's the one thing, and I know that this is going to sound harsh, but this is something I've learned, okay? And I'm not directing this at anyone particularly. This is just something that I have learned and heard and seen and lived, okay? Ideas, everybody has good ideas. Everybody has good ideas, okay? Execution is hard. Ideas are easy. Ideas are really easy, frankly. Execution is really hard. That's why when you see people who are like, oh, I got this great idea, we're going to do X, Y, Z. Oh, like this, like all the hype train, like good. Like, take that hype and focus it. But dude, at the end of the day, you got to sit down at the keyboard and put in the work. And here's the crappy thing that, a lot of people don't understand. No one's going to see the work. No one's going to see the frustration. No one's going to see, it's not a straight line, it's a squiggly line. No one's going to see that you went all the way down this road just to figure out it was a dead end and come back and do all this. And the late nights and the sacrifices to your family and, like the mistakes and all this other stuff, right? No one sees that. All they see is either A, you execute on something and it's like thumbs up, or B, you fail, and then you're like, oh, like I had this huge hype train, and then and whatever happened with that. Like, perfect example, Simply Cyber, or not Simply Cyber, it's unaffiliated with Simply Cyber, but I have the TV show with Night Studios, right? Last January, Alyssa Knight came on, we announced the show, and there were production delays, which is fine, but like, we hyped the out of it, right? And it's awesome. But like, it never came to be. So now people are like, hey, what's up with the show? What's up with the show? What's up with the show? And it's like, oh, it didn't happen. Now, having said that, it just got delayed. And in Q1 of 2024, the show is happening. So I'm excited to share that. But my point is, I think it was Nahamsek who said it in a Discord. Like, what you really should do is announce and hype something up after you've done it, because you've already delivered on it, right? So just be careful, and getting back, just set realistic goals, right? Be real. All right. Sorry for going super deep on that. Just commenting on other people's approaches, because I love community answers. BSEC says he has quarterly goals. They don't have to be 100% done, but 80% means he's on the right track. 100%. How do I grow personally and professionally? This is a great topic. Okay. Okay. So, oh my God, this is so good. I'm going to read through chat really quickly to see what people are saying. The bot's asking, what's TLDR? Too long, didn't read exactly. I love hearing about goal setting. We need motivation. Okay. Created a Notion dashboard to help with productivity, but I can't. Oh, so here's another thing. Thank you, Dan. Haircut fish, okay? Here's another thing that, your mileage may vary, okay? And be careful with this. But here's another thing, accountability. Dude, if I say, like, here's the deal. Okay, let's say that I'm going to get, I'm going to launch the Cyber 101 course, right? If I don't tell anyone that, then it's just me. And if it's just me alone late at night and I'm like, man, this is hard. Like, I really just want to watch, like, the football game, or I'd really just want to crack a beer, or, like, I'd love to just Netflix. Like, this is like, right? It's easy when you don't have any accountability. And here's where I'm getting with this. I do the quarterly all hands meetings for many reasons. Okay, really, it's at the underpinning is to serve the community and be transparent and accountable. But the accountability is the key part there. If I tell you what I'm going to do in the next 90 days, I've put myself on the hook that if I go 90 days and I'm flipping around and just goofing off and wasting time, when the 90 days comes and the next quarterly all hands is there and Marcus Kyler shows up and Chris Young shows up and BSEC shows up and Jack Scott, Jim Lunn, Josh Mason, Samuel Martin, like when you all show up and I've got my pecker in my hands because I didn't do anything, how embarrassing is that for me? I hold myself to a high standard of execution, quality, and professionalism. So for me, it's like, man, I got to get my crap together. I got the all hands on December 13th. I better get my ass in, sorry, Kennedy. I better get my crap in gear. You know what I'm saying? So like accountability is paramount. And that's really one thing I would say. Hello, Ox. That's one thing I would say is a great way to improve your overall effectiveness of executing on your goals, okay? Becky Gaylord loves the insight. Thank you very much, Becky. Tim McDonald sets long-term goals and hold on one second. Rick, this coffee's really good. Thank you, bro. Tim McDonald sets long-term and short-term goals, and his short-term goals is a step towards his long-term goals. Every day I take a step towards those. 100%, Tim. And that's a really good point. You should have overarching goals, but then you should have like tasks to drive towards that goal. And by the way, I would even argue, like if you're thinking like, oh, I should do this, right? I should do this. Whatever this is, does this actually align and map to one of your bigger goals for the year? Because if it doesn't, even though it's really good, whatever you're doing, you are wasting time on actually achieving the goals that you set. You've got to think, when you're setting goals in January or February or whatever, you are saying like, I'm the CEO of me, this is important for 2024, let's go. So when it's July or August of 2024 and you're like, oh, I'm going to like do this fun slapstick goof off thing over here, but it'll be really cool, right? Does that map to what you're doing? Does that map to where you're going? If not, it's a hard decision to make, but dude, you've only got so many cycles. You only have so much money. You only have so much energy. So you really need to make sure that you're spending those on the right things. This isn't 100% one-to-one, but Alex Hermosi, who's like this wicked buff Jack guy that is like basically saturated social media, he said something that really resonated with me. He said, pretend that you only have 6 bullets in your revolver, right? You got 6 bullets in your revolver, so you can shoot 6 things. If everything that comes by you shoot because you're excited, oh my God, you're going to shoot the first 6 things. And is that really like the highest value, the best things that you should be spending your bullets on, right? I know it's a little dark, but here's my thing. You should be thinking like, I've got a finite set of resources. These bullets, the bullets represent your time, energy, focus, money, effort, sacrifices from your family and personal obligations. So you should be very deliberate about how you're shooting that gun, right? And make sure that it maps to everything, okay? Yep, key objectives, KPIs, exactly. And guys, you don't have to over-engineer it too. It's not like you need to have some freaking Gantt chart with like percentages and weekly check-ins with yourself and stuff like that. Just be real. Is what I'm doing driving towards the things I want to do? Like, let me just go back to my Notion really quickly and share personal ones, okay? Define, document, and share brand value. So over a couple months, I developed and documented my brand values, and then how do I share those? Yeah, I could have just posted it on social media, but I was like, oh, like I want to do this all hands thing. This would be perfect to include in the all hands, because then I would be sharing the values at a larger scale. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not documenting brand values so I can check a compliance checkbox. That's not the friggin' point. The point is to convey to the community what the hell sorry, Kennedy. To convey to the community what we're doing here. All right, we got an update from Lazaro. Lazaro is our current, hold on, Lazaro is our current project. Lazaro, you didn't ask for this, but Lazaro with the super chat. What? Did we just become best friends? Yep. Lazaro's our current Simply Cyber community member going through the interview process, and he's been keeping us updated, by the way, Lazaro. I love it. I'm scheduled next Friday with the director, ! Ready to crush it. Join the field. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving with the family, and hope the community enjoyed their Thanksgiving as well. Lazaro, thanks for the super chat. What? Did we just become best friends? Secondly, hold on one second. I'm going to do the... normally, I would do this verbally, but this warrants actually bringing in the sound effect itself. Here we go, Lazaro. Straight crush it, homie. Everybody, if you got a second and you got the time and the energy and the cycles in you, best wishes to Lazaro in chat. Let's give Lazaro some love. All right, let's keep going. You guys want to keep talking about goals, goal setting, talk about other people's? Yes, I take editorial rights with my sorry Kennedys. All right, I'm going back into chat here. George Strasberger, depending on how you're dialing in your content per page, you could begin garnering new attention through search. Yep, Chris Young, talk about SEO. Let's do like a couple more minutes of jawjacking, and then I'm going to spend some time with the fam here. Just going back and looking at chat. People... Oh, by the way, guys, here's a fun fact. Right after the... well, maybe not right after the stream, but very soon... After our 500th episode on Wednesday, we got massive amounts of new members. I'm pretty sure I can unlock a new emote, and my plan is to get the Will Ferrell "This Is So Hot" head as the emote. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, it's this. Hey, Gray, what's up? Let me show you. This right here, this head is going to become an emote. So if you're into that. All right. And let me just share. I've also been doing some other stuff here. Let me go into the notes. If you guys are interested, I've got a couple more community things to share with you guys. Just lost my iPad. That's fine. A couple more community things. I've been taking notes. There we go. Notes on how to... What's that, son? No, it's okay. It's all right. Got the whole family in here. Love it, love it, love it. Grayson's in the house, everybody. All right, so just really quick to share before we get out of here. A couple things that I'm thinking about doing. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, I'm thinking about doing, like Slay Security Plus. I really like what Jesse's doing. I was thinking about actually starting to introduce like a question of the day. Maybe not a cybersecurity trivia question, but a question of the day to launch every episode of the Simply Cyber Daily Threat Briefing. Like, do you prefer taking the stairs or the elevator? Do you say GIF or GIF? Like these type of things, just as like a little fun kind of pre-show banter type thing. I'm thinking about doing that. Also, and Gary Sturgiotis, if he's in chat, will love this. I'm thinking about doing, not a contest, but like basically if we get over like X amount of likes, I'll pivot into something. So like if we get over, say 300 likes on a stream, I'll start doing manual sound effects. Or if we get over 500 likes, I'll drink Crank coffee for the next show or something like that. I'm starting to play with these different ideas in order to promote community. So stay tuned for that. Whoa, oh. All right. All right. Oh, Callan's in the house too. My boys are both here. Love it. All right. Hey, let me let you go. I got Silent Hawk says howdy, Grayson. Somebody in chat just said hello. Actually, a lot of people are saying hi, Grayson now. There's a delay, so Callan, I'm sure they're going to say hi to you too. Grayson says hi, everybody. Do you want to just say hi really quick off camera?
Hello, everyone.
Okay. Callan, you want to say good morning to the Simply Cyber community? Okay. You got to put your face.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right. Thank you, Callan. So the family's all here. It is a family-friendly show, except when I say pecker in hand. Justin Rower, am I still able to get in touch with the mods for the prize? Haven't had time to get on Discord. Yes. So just to close out this, if you want a prize during the 500th episode, we will be getting you. There is no statute of limitations, maybe 30 days to claim your prize, but we will get you sorted out. I believe the spreadsheet with all the winners has been posted to Discord. So Justin Rower, definitely get on Discord, please. ! Discord in chat if you want. A lot of people are saying nice things. Hey, Auger fam. Thanks, Butches. Yeah. Oh my God. Mariana Albright says you're adorable, Callan. A lot of people dropping love on you guys right now. It's so cool. What's that? Yeah, this is Jawjacking. Yeah. The boys know what's up. All right, guys. Hey, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you guys have a great weekend. No trampling of people on Black Friday deals. I thought the prize list was pinned in Discord, but I will take care of that at some point. Okay? We definitely have an Excel spreadsheet with all the winners. Oh, Rex Cognitos with the super chat. What? Do we just become best friends? Yep. Good morning, Auger family. Super chat coming in hot. All right, guys. Thanks for the question, Dan Reardon, for driving the conversation around goal setting. Guys, it's the time of year where we all have a little bit of social lubricants and reflect and spend time with our family. Have an amazing day. Be good to each other. If you're traveling this weekend, back from family, drive safe. Be well. And until next time, stay secure. Of course, that looks terrible. What the heck? There we go. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed that content. Keep the cybersecurity train going by connecting with the other Simply Cyber community resources. We have the Discord server that's lively and always keeps the conversation going. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn. And also every single weekday morning on the Simply Cyber channel, we're doing live daily cyber threat briefings, 8 a.m. Eastern time, as well as Thursday at 4:30 p.m. We're doing live stream interviews with industry experts, and we produce videos that we push out every Wednesday morning. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you enjoyed the content, and we'll see you